All right, chat. Let's look at the Streamlabs and Hatchet Q1 2022 live streaming industry report. Okay, we're gonna, aka the Platform Wars reports. What I like to call it. I'm turning off the camera effects so you guys can't troll me during this. Okay, no trolling during this. Okay. Okay, so this is a quarterly report that takes a look at all the different platforms. We're going to look at how they're doing in comparison to one another and then how they're doing on their own. Okay, so this is, we had a video that was kind of like this like a week or so ago, but this is going to be much more detailed in terms of how the platforms are shaping up against each other, as opposed to the other one, which is more like how content in gaming is doing. So let's look at the summary here. The market for live streaming appears to be slowing down. While stats for Twitch are higher than the previous quarter, platforms like YouTube Gaming and Facebook Gaming have seen a slight decrease in viewership. Overall, compared to this time last year, the industry has seen a decline in hours watched, average streams, average concurrent viewers, and unique channels. This report attributes the decline to a few factors. Actually, let me zoom in more. Oh yeah, there we go. COVID-19 pandemic is winding down in many parts of the world, and people are returning to work and school, which leaves less time for leisure activities like live streaming. The global economic situation is still uncertain. Many people are cutting back on spending, which includes spending on live stream platforms and services. There's a growing number of options for entertainment and gaming, including new live stream platforms like Trovo, which may be siphoning off some viewers from the established platforms. I don't know about that. Not sure about that one. The question now is whether this is a temporary dip or the start of a more permanent trend. Key takeaways. All platforms seeing a declining growth compared to this time last year. Twitch is the only platform to experience growth compared to the previous quarter. Just chatting is Twitch's most watched category since Q3 2020. Total hours watched across all platforms remain stagnant compared to the previous quarter. 8.057 billion hours in Q4 2021 versus 8.061 in Q1. Year over year, the total hours watched across all platforms decreased by 8%. Okay, so total hours watched in Q1. Twitch still the dominant here, 76%, but Facebook and YouTube have 14 and 10% respectively. Now, I would be curious to see how this compares. In fact, I'm going to see Streamlabs and Hatchet reports. I want to see Q4 of 2021. I want to see how this compares to the previous quarter. I may need one of the mods to try to find this for me while I continue talking about this. Can one of the mods try to find me this report, but for last quarter? I'm looking for Q4 2021. If someone can find that for me, that would be amazing. Or if any viewers can find that for me, that'd be really helpful. Because what I want to do is compare what these numbers were to the previous year. I'm gonna guess they're probably about the same. So maybe not too much of a difference here. Okay, so then we look at total hours streamed in Q1, and now look at this. This is ginormous, okay? 91% of the total hours streamed are on Twitch, and YouTube Gaming is only 3.5%. And Facebook Gaming is only 5%. Oh, Hero, you're not a mod anymore. You don't have to do anything. Oh, this is 2020, Hero. Hero, you're fired. Rix, did you find the right one? Let's see. Did Rix find the nice one, or was Rix fired too? Nope, this is 2020. You're also fired. So here's the one that you guys gave me. It says Q4 October to December 2020. PC, but 2021 is still a year. But you know what? We can still compare this. Okay. So actually, so this is we can still use this comparison. So this would be from the end of 2020. So a year and a half ago. Okay. So looking at this, you know, Twitch had 65%. So Twitch has gained more of the share of hours watched. Okay, they're up to 76% now. Okay. Q1, you know, I'll take Q1 2021. I'll take Q1 2021 because it gives us a year difference. So that's a little bit better. So so this was 2020, 2021. Okay. So 72%, 6.34 billion hours watched. 76%, so it's gone up, but the number of hours watched actually slightly went down. So the whole pie got smaller, but Twitch, you know, Twitch is stronger from it. But it's not too much of a difference, okay? Facebook gaming had 12%, that went down by 2%. YouTube gaming had 15.6% and went down by 1.4%. Wait, did I do that right? 1.6%, sorry. So wow. Pie is smaller. YouTube's still the big Pac-Man here. Now, total hours streamed in Q1. So last year, total hours. Oh no, do they not have it? Oh no, they don't have the stat here. Oh no. Total, okay, Twitch total hours. Okay, so we'll actually get there. We'll look at, it's not gonna be a pretty pie, but Twitch had 229 million hours streamed in Q1 of this year. Okay, 91.5%. What this tells me is basically the interpretation is there's a lot of people streaming on Twitch. A lot of people. But maybe if you break it down in terms of how many people compared to like how many hours watched, the ratio, right? Like, I mean, they're getting some good chunks of watch hours here. But yeah, Twitch still, everyone wants to stream on Twitch. So let's look at the so here's the total hours watched in comparison to one another. So we can actually see the timeline here. We don't even need to flip back and forth. We can look at this is basically last year. And so seeing how they compare, we see that slight dip, slight dip, but you know, hanging on. So Twitch, YouTube and Facebook aren't really gaining on, not really making that dent to go upwards. There's not a trend of more people watching on these platforms necessarily. Okay. So this is from last year. Let's see. This is all Twitch stuff. Okay, let's keep going. Esports, LCK, Intel. Okay, that's cool. Esports, yes. Top publishers, Riot Games. The big publisher here, Rockstar. That's mostly GTA RP. T2. I don't even know what that is. Take-Two. Top categories watched in Q1, just chatting, League, Grand Theft Auto. Okay, so let's look at the individual platforms, okay? Twitch has seen its first uptick in hours watched since Q2 of 2021. While pinpointing the exact cause of this growth is difficult, it's worth noting that the platform is making a number of changes designed to appeal to a wider range of users. For example, in a new update, Twitch streaming returned to the Xbox dashboard. In addition, the launch of Amazon Luna also included a Twitch integration, allowing native support for one-click broadcasting. While it's impossible to say how much of an impact it had on Twitch's recent growth, it's certainly possible that some people using these services switched back to Twitch or started streaming for the first time. With more recent high-profile events like QD Cinderella's record-breaking streamer awards and Twitch rivals Fortnite Streamer Bowl 3 have also helped to boost the platform's popularity. Lastly, the streaming community has rallied in support of Ukraine, with many popular streamers doing charity streams to raise money for aid and relief in Ukraine. Okay, this has nothing to do. This is just a Streamlabs plug. Blah blah blah. Okay. Total hours watched. So this is for Twitch. So we're just doing Twitch stuff right now, okay? So we see things went down by actually a pretty decent amount here. Like we're looking at basically end of 2020-ish numbers, okay? So things kept going in 2021 until the later half of the year, because that is when things started to open up in the world, in the US. But then we see this increase here, which is actually kind of interesting. A pretty actually sizable increase too. So they were trending down, going back up. I didn't think of some much larger attribution besides like the streamer awards. I don't think that really did anything. I think the people who watched that were already streaming on Twitch. But I mean, that was a really successful event. So Elden Ring, actually, honestly, that very much could actually attribute to this actually significantly. Everyone was all about Elden Ring in Q1, yeah. But also we had Horizon come out right before that, so I think Q1 has some pretty... I think when games are doing well, then Twitch does well. I think though there are other forms of content that exist, I think Twitch still very much connects with how the gaming industry is doing. No build Fortnite, true. So let's see. Blah blah blah. Total hours streams. So this matches up, right? So we had a huge decline here because people were going back to work. People were going back to school, right? Where this is like the fall season here. We see that decline of people streaming, but it ticked back up in Q1. A lot of people jumping back on Elden Ring and all these games, right? That's good. That's what we want to see, right? More hours streamed per quarter. Now, this is the number of unique channels. Again, all of this matches up, right? Less people in total were streaming, so more people got back into streaming. Average concurrent viewership. So basically, across the site, on average, what was the concurrent viewership? Ticked back up in Q1. It was going down. All this is very much correlated, so... Okay, so let's talk about YouTube gaming. I'm talking a lot about YouTube gaming. I know a lot of people are curious about it. How is it doing right now? YouTube gaming has experienced its slowest number of hours watched since Q1 2020. While we've seen this downward trend across all live streaming platforms, this decrease may be partially attributed to the loss of Ryan Wyatt, YouTube's head of gaming. I don't know about that. 3 months ago, Ryan announced he'll enter the Web3 space as the CEO of Polygon Technology. While we can't say for sure, it's possible that this change in leadership contributed to YouTube gaming's decline. I don't think so at all. No. Streamers do not care that Ryan left. Like, streamers may have been sad, but no streamer, especially your average streamer, who's like, who's Ryan Wyatt? I don't know who that is. Like, they're not going to care about that at all. No, I don't agree with this at all. That's not to say that the platform isn't innovating. In February, YouTube announced its commitment to the metaverse. In a blog post, the company briefly explained they're looking to bring more immersive experiences in gaming. First area in which you can expect to see an impact is gaming, where we'll work to bring more interactions to games and make them feel more alive. It's still early days, but we're excited to see how we can turn these virtual worlds into a reality for viewers. Exactly how this might tie into the live streaming gaming community remains to be seen, but it's clear that YouTube is looking to be immersive experiences that could potentially draw in new viewers in the future. Furthermore, YouTube Gaming is working hard to maintain its position as the top destination for gamers. In recent months, the platform has made a number of moves to attract and retain top streamers. So they brought in Saikuno, they brought in... Who else was in the most recent months? This guy's Toast said there's like 5 or 6 more announcements to be had. I mean, they brought in Ludwig late last year. Or was it mid last year? I don't even know what time it is anymore. I think it was late last year or early this year. Who the heck knows? My brain. I don't know time anymore. Additionally, major streamers have reaffirmed their commitment to YouTube gaming, and May popular streamer Valkyrie resigned, signaling a vote of confidence in the platform. Okay. Total hours watched. So, Q4 2020 was booming, and it's almost half of what it was then. It's really gone down a lot. I wonder how this next quarter will go, because I think the YouTube memberships thing, I think a lot of people, the gifted subs basically, a lot of people love that. A lot of people have been asking for that. I know Ludwig is super happy with the feature. He really wanted that. Valkyrie is super stoked for it. I'm seeing a lot of creators. I saw Syndicate reply and say that he was excited for it. So I think that will help to not only make the big creators happy and maybe stream more because they're making more money, especially with that 70-30 split. But I think for smaller creators, news like that really puts YouTube on the map. It shows that YouTube is committed to their live gaming. I think that for a streamer to leave Twitch and go to YouTube, they really have to feel like there is a big commitment into the live streaming space, and it's not just a secondary thing for YouTube, because no one wants to go to a platform, leave a platform that they're used to, and go to someplace that feels less, right? They want to feel like it's more. So if YouTube keeps adding features that creators are really big, especially with helping monetization, I think with discoverability as well. You know, they're adding also rating too. Forgot to mention this, but YouTube is going to be adding the ability to rate other channels. I think actually it's already live, but I could be wrong. So again, features to share the community and build that community aspect of YouTube. I think it's gonna be hugely beneficial for them. So I don't know if like maybe we'll see a little uptick, maybe it's a little momentum as smaller creators are starting to see YouTube as a viable option. Especially with the talk of the 50-50 split, more and more Twitch creators are getting really fed up with the 50-50 split. There's like a big, you know, outspoken movement to, you know, have a 70-30 split. So YouTube is using that. YouTube is saying, hey creators, everyone gets a 70-30 split. We also have gifted subs. People can also drop money in chat. That's already a thing. So they kind of do bits in a way. So, you know, they're using Twitch's weakness against them. Total hours streamed. So let's see. Watch hours went down. Stream hours slightly down as well. You know, maybe not stream as much, but not a huge difference there. Unique channels went down, so less people were streaming. So this is basically the inverse of Twitch. More people are streaming on Twitch, less people streaming on YouTube over the last quarter. So that's not a good sign. I mean, you don't want to see 1 million channels and then again half of that. So YouTube really needs to look at like what is happening here. Why do we continue to trend downwards? And how can we turn this around? How can we onboard more creators? How do we onboard more creators? How do we not only get our current YouTubers to stream more, but also how do we pull from competitors? And how do we make those creators more successful in the platform? That's what YouTube has to be thinking about here. Chris has his own chat culture. YouTube doesn't have that. Yeah. Platform average concurrent viewership went down slightly, about 500. It's still a decent amount of people if you think about it. Like 500,000 people is like, that's a good number of people that are watching live streams. But that's like average, you know, per day, right? At any one point on the platform. But far cry from how it was doing Q4 2020. Okay, Tin Time into is someone that they signed recently. Okay, so let's talk about Facebook gaming. While we're seeing a decrease in hours watched, streams, and unique channels this quarter, Facebook gaming continues to build new tools and features to attract streamers back to the platform. Live gaming video also continues to be a priority for us. This quarter, we've implemented several improvements to how we detect and mitigate non-gaming content on our gaming services. We're taking a very proactive approach to limiting the distribution of this kind of content on Facebook Gaming. While this has resulted in a reduction of total reported live watch time, it's an important step to ensuring anyone who comes to Facebook Gaming is met with the best experience possible. So they are basically wanting to separate non-gaming from the gaming. And Facebook Gaming is just gaming. In February, Facebook Gaming introduced Reels. Between TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and Instagram Reels, short-form video content is expanding in popularity. It's clear Facebook recognizes the opportunity for short videos to boost engagement and drive growth on the platform. Additionally, they've expanded streamer fan group access to level up creators. Initially launched in June to partner creators, stream fan groups are designed to help increase engagement and growth, improve community communication, and play with others. Not to mention that YouTube is, or Facebook's really trying to get creators to stream on there where they have 100% rev. So Facebook currently doesn't take any rev from things like subscriptions and bits. Hours watched has gone way down. Hours watched way down from Facebook Gaming. Facebook Gaming represents 10% of the market share for hours watched. Hours stream down a bit. Let's see, unique channels, dude. 1.5 million channels a year ago to 300K. That to me is sus. When did Mixer shut down? Was that 2020? No, that was 2019, wasn't it? That's a huge change. That's not like those. They can't say, oh, it was because we got rid of gaming. Mixer died in was it 2020 when it happened? If it happened in 2020, then this peak makes more sense. Because Mixer basically pushed all their streamers onto Facebook. So that was that would be about here Q2 and Q3. You see this like 50K jump, but then you see like, you know, 800 more people. Unique channels. 800,000, I should say. That's a lot. Okay, so that was July. So that would be Q3. So here to here. So a lot more people started streaming on Facebook during that time, but then it continued to go up and now it's way down. I mean, we're getting towards pre-Mixer shutdown era. Which means they're not retaining people and they're not getting new people to join. Not a good chart, no. Average CCV, so 586, that's where YouTube is right now, is about 500,000 people. And Facebook Gaming is now down to 300K, which is not great, not great. Top esports watch, blah, blah, blah. We talked about this. Publishers, we talked about this. Okay. So that is the Streamlabs and Stream Hatchet quarterly report for Q1 of 2022. Let me know your thoughts on this. Any surprises? You know, as we can see, you know, it seems like, you know, Twitch obviously is still going to be top dog for a while. Facebook and YouTube aren't making much progress right now in comparison to taking up market share. So, but we do have some, I think YouTube definitely has some really promising, they have new features coming with raids, with gifted subs. So YouTube definitely has some promising things. Facebook, kind of hard to say. I feel like they're just kind of so far out there, and they're not. The biggest thing, and I always say this, is like, if you really want to get a piece of Twitch, it's not just about having all the bells and whistles. It really is about the community. That's what people like about Twitch the most, I would say. I think there are features that make streamers happy and that will, you know, maybe move the needle, but I think also it's like integrating these competitors into the community, and so the buzz that sub gifting generates may even be more impactful than the feature itself for creators. Like it's like, oh, they have sub gifting, Twitch has sub gifting. Oh, but they have a 70-30 split. Oh, a lot of creators are using it. Like, you know, I'm enticed to try it out. So nothing yet, nothing really changing right now, but you know, it's always good to keep an eye on these things. So, you know, when the Q2 one drops, we'll do it. We'll post it on Facebook. Wow. Post it on YouTube, geez. Like we normally do, and we'll see how things change, if they change. We'll see if we continue to see a downward trend for all platforms as a whole too. It's awkward to talk to each other in a YouTube chat. That hurts a lot, really. One thing I think we need to keep in mind is with all this is that we're seeing post-COVID contractions in this space in general. Yes, for sure. No, I'm not going to Facebook. No. I'm not going to Facebook. What's up, A-Greens? TikTok streaming? TikTok is expanding into streaming, but I feel like TikTok is more like if you can stream and people from your page will find you, but I don't know if they're gonna expand into like discoverability of streams. They might, but if they do, then that could be really interesting because everyone's on TikTok. TikTok's so hot right now. Everyone's on TikTok. It's got really great discoverability. It's like got more, I think it has even more watch hours than YouTube altogether, which is mind-blowing. That is a stat to think about. So, but I don't know. I mean, I would be curious to try like other platforms, but I just don't have the time to like, I would never do it and be like, oh yeah, I'm streaming on TikTok 5 days a week and YouTube 3 days a week, like, and Twitch 2 days a week or something, like. But I would want to try it out just for the sake of the experience and see also discoverability and how that works. I wish I could clone myself and just like say, okay, I'm gonna stop streaming on Twitch for like 3 months and I'm gonna do YouTube streams. I'll let you all know about it. I'm gonna see how it goes. And then have like my own experiment, but I don't have the energy for that, I don't think. And also I can't risk like, by not streaming on my own channel for 3 months, I can't really risk that, like, because Twitch is the thing that pays the bills and I can't just be like, okay, I'm gonna YOLO, like, and just give it all up. No, that would be silly. I can't do that.